For today, I will go through our cross-asset list. I will cover coffee market, WTI crude oil, US 100, USD pound dollar, gold market, euro dollar, US 30, dollar index, and Bitcoin versus US dollar. I will start with the coffee market, and I will use, of course, our FX Centrum platform. So what I said here about coffee, nothing really changed since yesterday. We had an upside breakout 2 days ago. We did a breakout of this 200 level, 198, which is a pretty crucial pivot level. Rate of change went into the new high ground. A slow line is sloping to the upside. Fast line went above the 90 level. So this was a clean breakout, and so far we don't see, and I don't see any kind of the big divergences or any kind of the weakness that is coming in. So there is a potential for the further rally on the coffee market. Yesterday we had a more like a market. There was an attempt for the downside move, but only market went and towards 204.30, which is the upper Bollinger Band, and then we had rejection. So this is a strong sign of upside continuation. From my view, coffee market can trade towards 220 mark, short-term, mid-term. Now WTI is trading higher. It's traded lower, corrected a bit. So this is something that there was a potential alerted about that, but then we had a reaction of that previous day low around 85, and market closed again around upper Bollinger Band and above the upper Bollinger Band. So now it's trading around 87, and market is getting closer to our main objective around 89.50 mark. Low line is rising, as you can see here on the stochastic. Fast line is just correcting a bit. Here in the hourly time frame, we had this initiation and the breakout of the upper Bollinger Band. Now we have just a sideways consolidation, so I see still potential for further upside continuation. After this consolidation or a natural pullback, there will be a chance for the higher prices towards the 89.50 mark. US 100, we can see here the downside move, as I alerted about. There was a good chance because from my view, what we had in the last 2 months, this is a distribution process that is going on the US 100 and other US indices. And yesterday market traded into the 18,380, and there was a sell-off almost around a Bollinger Band low around 17,800 mark. Still, the close was near the low, so there is a potential for the further downside movement, at least for the potential retest of the 17,800, and then the next pivot level is set around 17,000, I will say 500, 17,300 mark. Both slow and fast lines on the stochastic oscillator are sloping to the downside, so this is a sign that we have a short-term downside environment. Let's take a look at the hourly time frame. So there was the clean down break of the lower Bollinger Band. We can see expansion on the Bollinger Band, so the pretty much expanding volatility. Just a sideways, very tight sideways move. So there is a potential for the further downside movement also based on hourly time frame. Let's take a look at the USD Japanese yen. So there was actually a down move, but we can see here the middle Bollinger Band. So I alerted about this scenario that there might be an attempt for a retest of the middle Bollinger Band, and for more contraction on the Bollinger Bands. This is exactly what is happening. So market traded this morning into the 150.80 mark, which is a middle Bollinger Band on the time frame, but we can see that market is rejecting again back to this consolidation. You can see also the fresh bear cross on slow and fast line, but still, from my view, I would like to see more consolidation and the market to get this Bollinger Bands to get closer to the price and contract more, and eventually watch for the breakout to the 152 mark and for something more significant on upside. Otherwise, if we can close below 150.80 and have a downside momentum, then there will be a chance for a test of the lower Bollinger Band around 149 mark. But so far, we have a rejection of the middle Bollinger Band on the daily time frame. Let's take a look at the pound dollar. So there we go. We have a down break on the hourly. So this break we had just consolidation. There was an attempt which failed here around 1.2680 mark, and then the downside break and continuation. So let's see how it looks like on a daily time frame. A perfect rejection of the middle Bollinger Band on the daily time frame. around 1.2 680 mark, a nice pin bar, and you see the rate of change flip to the downside. So there is a chance for the further downside movement and development on the pound dollar. Eventual downside objective, a short term, is set around 1.2563 mark. See also how the hourly time frame looks like. So let's take a look at the euro. Let's take a look at the gold market. So what we had on the gold market, so market is trading. So we have potential and pullback is already happening. So we had this divergence in the rate of change, and I alerted about this. So this was a sign of weakness, and this the result of that is the downside move yesterday, and so far market actually closed into the Bollinger Band range again, and so far today we already have a lower low. So let's take a look at the hourly time frame. A clean down break this morning and a natural pullback, so there is a chance for further downside movement, and I think the break of 22.65 can be a strong sign for even further downside movement, and 22.35, 22.27 can be the downside objectives on this daily pullback, maybe even middle Bollinger Band, an area around 22.08. Now we have a euro dollar, so similar what we saw on the pound. We have this doji candle, more like a tail around the middle Bollinger Band, fast line and slow line and sloping to the upside, but the trend, and you can see here that market had a 2 days low to high, so there is a chance for the further downside movement. Eventual test of 1.0782 can be in the place. So let's take a look at the hourly time frame. So still we didn't break the lower Bollinger Band, but we kind of switching this 20 bar moving average to the downside. This one is now sloping to the downside, and the volatility is expanding, so we might see potential downside movement on euro dollar. And we have US 30. So US 30 is on the key support, so 38,600 mark, 38,540. Slow line is sloping to the downside, only around the 60 level, so there is a plenty of space for the downside movement. Fast line is already around the 20, but we have no any kind of sign for the reversal or anything like that. Just a downside move, a sideways, and expansion in volatility. So I see potential for the further downside movement and potential break of the lower Bollinger Band that can lead the US 30 towards 38,000 mark. Now, speaking of the dollar index, this is something. So we had a 2 down days, and then there was a flip here. Slow line is around above the 75. Fast line did correction and a fresh bear cross, but we can see here that the middle Bollinger Band is supporting around 103.85, and so far market is already building higher high and higher low. So there will be a chance for that maybe retest. Volatility is expanding, so there will be a chance potential retest of the 105 level from my view. Hourly time frame, you can see here market just had rejection here. It is interesting here, the fast line had a bullish divergence on this attempt for the market to go lower, and then we went from the lower to the upper Bollinger Band. So we have potential change in behavior at this point on the hourly time frame, which can result for the rally on dollar index. This is something that we were waiting for yesterday, and something that I alerted about to watch. And now we have a Bitcoin versus US dollar. Again, we had an inside day. Yesterday was an up day, but still inside of this down day, we can see the slow line is starting to move downside around the 60 mark. Fast line just had correction at this point, and so far this day is fully inside of the previous day range. Let's take a look at the hourly. So yes, we had an upside breakout, but this one didn't have a follow through, and watching the sideways behavior on the daily time frame, this is more like a chop environment. Now the lower Bollinger Band, I would say 66,200 mark will be. This is a key pivot level. I will just mark on the chart. If we can break and hold below 66,300 mark, there will be a chance for the further drop towards 64,000, and then even lower Bollinger Band around 63,000 mark and 61,000 mark. So that scenario is still in the play. That will be all for this FX Centrum Daily Market Analysis. If you didn't visit our website, please do so you can see plenty of stuff that can help your trading. We have FX CTV technical analysis every day, covering the liquid markets, trading ideas, different tutorials, promotions, 100% deposit bonus. You can explore that, and you can open an account in just a couple of minutes, in a few clicks, and start and explore our FX Centrum software as well. So thank you all for watching. Have a good trading day and have a good weekend. Speak to you from next week.